Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Red, White, and LU student panel session. We are very excited about this session. We're going to dive into just the sparks of Lamar University, what makes us unique from other schools, and just kind of give you information on different buildings on campus and experiences that students have had. Joined with me is our LU crew members. We have just a couple of them joined in. This is a job on campus where they're able to give tours, speak with prospective students, and do a variety of other things. So we are excited to have them joined with us. They are coming in from home, from work, from different places around, some on campus, some off campus, and just a few housekeeping things before we get started. Of course, you most likely heard the thing that said the meeting is being recorded. We are recording the session to post on our website. So if you want to come back later and watch this or show some friends because you know that they've been wanting some of this information, you can do so. We also will keep your mics muted and your videos turned off. This is for your privacy and also to keep us on track because we do have certain topics that we're going to try and cover. But we do want you to ask your questions. So you can do that by clicking the chat feature at the bottom of this, of the Zoom toolbar. It'll say chat. You click that function. You can send your questions directly to me. My name on here is Lamar University host, but I am a real person and my name is Bailey Smith. And or you can send your questions to everyone and we will ask them as we can. This session will be about 20 to 30 minutes, so we have plenty enough time to answer your questions. Without further ado though, I'm gonna go ahead and let the crew introduce themselves and we'll get started with your questions.
Hey, I'm Abigail. I'm a senior here at Lamar. I'm an applied arts and sciences major. I was born and raised in Tennessee. My family moved this way when my dad started working for the railroad, and so I've been in Texas for about 3 years now.
Awesome. Hey, Abigail.
Hey everyone, my name is Elise. I just graduated Lamar this past May. I'll be pursuing my MBA here in the fall, so I'm super excited. And I'm a human resource major, and I'm going for my MBA in leadership, and I'm from Beaumont, Texas.
Thanks for joining, Elise.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan. I am hopefully gonna be a full-on nursing major here in the fall. I'm actually waiting for my acceptance letter, like as we speak. I am considered a sophomore, but I will be a junior starting this fall. I am from Scituate, Texas. I'm about 45 minutes away from campus, and I love being here.
Awesome. Hey, Jordan.
Hey guys, my name is Kelsey. I'm from Nederland, Texas. I recently graduated from Lamar University in May, just like Elise. I graduated with my Bachelor's of Science in Biology, and I'm pursuing my master's degree here at Lamar in the fall.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, Kelsey. So, like I said, this is the LU crew. They do so many things around campus, but they are, like Dale said, they all are current students, or we do have 2 graduated students that will be continuing their education here at the university. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this session. Like I said earlier, ask your questions using the chat feature, and we will try to answer as many, if not all, of your questions. So the first thing that I have is, what has been your favorite memory at Lamar University? And you guys can just go ahead and go one after another, pick up where you want, all the things.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So I think one of my favorite memories of Lamar University is the homecoming tailgates. They're so much fun. Everybody's here. A lot of the alumni are here as well, so that's really great for networking. And we have like different booths set up as well with different businesses here locally in Beaumont, so you get to learn about those and meet with them, and that could potentially turn into something. And just the spirit of the homecoming tailgates. I mean, every tailgate has a lot of spirit, but this one especially is my favorite. And it's just so much fun, and going to the game with all your friends and cheering on our boys, as well as other sporting events like the basketball games. Our little student section is really fun. We have a student organization, what is it called? The Flock. And they dress up, they go absolutely crazy. They wear overalls, they're yelling, they're screaming, and it gets you so excited. They're at the football games, basketball games, soccer, softball, and it's just one of my favorite memories of Lamar is seeing them and then attending with all the spirit.
So one of my favorite memories of being at Lamar as an undergraduate student was actually conducting undergraduate research. So last summer, I actually received a grant to conduct Alzheimer's research in conjunction with my professor. And we actually got a grant from the Center for Innovation and Commercialization on campus. So that's one of our newest buildings on campus, and they offered grants to several students and their research groups. So with that, I was able to learn a lot of commercialization and entrepreneurship skills while also working on like research skills as well. So it's really nice to be able to do that. And then at the end of that project, I was able to present my research to the Lamar University community and also the greater Beaumont community as well. So that gave me another way to network throughout Lamar. Okay, I'll go. Jordan's like, I don't want to go yet. I don't know. It's like I have so many memories. It's hard to like narrow down one, but I would probably say like all of my favorite memories at Lamar have been through LU crew in some way, shape, or form. Like yeah, look at there. Like I remember like I started here last August, and like when you're trying to learn like the tour routes and you're trying to do all this different stuff, so you get like shadow all these people, and you get to like you're like meeting all of your coworkers like one-on-one again to hang out with them and figure out all their different personalities. And you come back to the office, and like we had a Halloween party last year, and the Halloween party was just like a blast. We had food, which I'm like always down for food anywhere, like it's always a prime memory. But I don't know, I can't pick like a favorite memory. It's just like got my little second family with the LU crew. I've just made so many great memories with them.
One of my favorite memories, I did marching band in high school. I was a part of the color guard team, which is the flags that march with the band. And so I actually ended up marching my first fall semester here with the LU marching band. And I loved it. We got to go to San Antonio and march at Bands of America. That was probably one of the biggest things I've ever been to. I don't really travel a whole lot, so getting to get out of Beaumont area, it was a lot of fun, especially doing something that I love. Also, I agree with Abigail. A lot of my favorite memories also have come from LU crew, like Cardinal View, homecoming week, all the kind of things that we do, and actually just making friends at a job that I love. So that's also a pretty good memory of mine as well.
Awesome, guys. So I'm sure the students that are joined with us are wondering, okay, so you had all these incredible moments that you've had at your time at Lamar University, and some of you are finished and some of you have, a little bit of time to go. But what was that deciding factor that made you choose Lamar University when you were looking at going to colleges? Now, I know we have a couple of freshmen. Abigail's a transfer student, so I know y'all's situations were all different, but what was that deciding factor for you that made you choose Lamar University?
Can I go first? Okay, so I'm the transfer student in the group. And so I had attended in another state. My family moved here like halfway through my freshman year of college. And so I was like looking around, like trying to get acclimatized to Texas and everything that they had to offer. And so for me, since I had attended before, I kind of had things I was looking for. Like I had friends that had attended lectures of like 300 plus people. And I was like, okay, that's not for me. But then I didn't want to be like in this little like one building school with one parking lot that has like nothing to offer. Like I wanted something kind of in the middle, like you have all the amenities of like a big campus, and you have like the rec center, and you have like all the amazing things, but then like you still know your teachers and you know your professors. And so I came on a tour here, and the tour guide, she was just jazzing me up. She was just pumped up about everything, and I was just picking her brain about stuff, and that just got me so excited about everything. And I was asking about class sizes, and then we started walking around campus. And I'm from Tennessee, so like of course our campus is just stunning and has massive beautiful trees in the quad and all over campus. I was like, well, I love this. And so then when I actually got started here, I did realize like I'm on a first name basis with the majority of my professors. Like, I'm upper level, so most of my classes have between like 10 and 14 people in them. Like I know everybody, I've been kind of going along with it. So I loved the class sizes, but then that we still have a lot to offer on campus.
one of the main things that attracted me to Lamar University was, for one, it was close to home. So I'm 30, 45 minutes away. On a good day, I can get there, literally roll right out of bed and still get to class on time. Honestly, perk for me because I hate getting up out of bed because, who wants to get out of bed and go to school? But, you kind of have to. But another one of the big things was definitely have to be the nursing program, because I was interested in nursing all through high school. Um, and my aunt as well also graduated from Lamar University with her bachelor's of science and nursing degree. That's kind of what pushed me towards Lamar because of how great their program is. Yes, it's very competitive, but if nursing was easy, everybody would do it. So that's why I was like really interested in coming here, because like, if I'm going to be a nurse, I want to go to the best school there is. And a perk, it's close to my house. So what could be better?
I'll have to say one of the deciding factors for me, because I literally decided to switch to Lamar very last minute. I was so indecisive. I could not choose, but I decided to choose Lamar. One of my main reasons was because it was close to home. It's like a 15-minute commute, and Lamar is known as being a commuter school. So that was really awesome for me. And then I went to a high school, and it was very small. We knew all the teachers. They knew us very close. And I wanted that same environment to be one-on-one with my professors, and they know my name and I know their name. I'm not afraid to go to them. And that's what I've gotten all throughout my 4 years here, and that's opened up so many doors for me. So that's one of my main reasons I chose Lamar.
So a deciding factor for me was kind of two things, and they kind of go hand in hand. One of it being the opportunities that it has given me, and I know other students as well. And then the second one being scholarships and financial aid. That's really a deciding factor, because at the end of the day, college is what you make of it. So it doesn't matter where you go to college or how much money you spend, but you kind of want to keep it in a reasonable range when you think about it, and be practical about your decision of where to go to college. So to me, Lamar seemed like the most practical decision because it gave me more bang for my buck. And they also had a lot of scholarship and financial aid opportunities for me on campus. With that, the opportunities that I have had on campus have been amazing. Like I said, I did undergraduate research. I've had several leadership positions in my organization that I was involved in. So it's just a matter of making your time worth it during your time at Lamar.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. So the next couple of questions that I have, y'all don't all have to answer it. I want to get through. We have a couple of questions, so I want to get through them as many as we can. But if you want to all answer it, you're more than welcome to jump in. But the next question we have is, what is the environment of Lamar University like? And I don't know if we're meaning like classroom environment or campus environment or what, but take it as you would like.
I would say the overall environment of Lamar is very friendly. Honestly, the first time I set foot on campus, I, of course, was a scared little freshman, never really branched out and did anything outside of marching band and my honors classes. I never really did anything other than that. So when I started making friends throughout like my first semester here at Lamar, I was getting to know my teachers. I was getting to know the staff. I became really friendly with people who work in the bookstore because I was always in there buying some snacks between classes because, we need snacks. I became really friendly with the Starbucks baristas because, again, you need coffee to survive. And just everyone in general is just really friendly and very helpful. I remember the first time it stormed in the middle of the day and I had to go halfway across campus. I had a security guard actually offer to walk me to my class with an umbrella because I forgot mine in my car. So I took her up on that offer because I did not want to walk halfway across campus in the soaking wet rain. So I also had the instance where I locked my keys in my car and I had the police officer have to come get my keys out of my car for me. So I would say that everyone around on campus is pretty helpful. So definitely a big thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, in addition to what Jordan kind of said, the friendliness extends to the professors on campus as well. And the professors are willing to help you because they're there to help you succeed. They're always available, and they'll tell you the first day, they'll give you their syllabus and they'll give you their office hours. They'll say, come to me anytime, schedule a meeting with me if you cannot meet during these office hours. They will be there for you at any time.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say real quick, kind of jumping on like faculty and staff, everybody is like so nice. When I was actually coming for my tour, both my mom and I are like super directionally challenged, and like it was both of us coming for the tour, and it just didn't help anything. So we left super early, but just got like super lost because we're awful at that. And so we saw a Lamar University like police car, and so we pulled up to them and we were like, hey, we're trying to get to like the John Gray Center. Can you kind of point us in the general direction? Not only that, they're like, hey, follow us, like put on their lights and literally like dropped us off at the front door of where we needed to be. I was like, all right, this is a pretty good impression here. They expected my story to be longer than that. She wasn't ready. I don't tell short stories.
Sorry. Yeah, Abigail does not tell short stories, especially if she's had her coffee. No, so the next question is kind of piggybacking off of kind of sort of. So, you've explained this environment of it being friendly and helpful and just everybody on campus just kind of being like sort of kind of the word that I would say is like community. So with that, with the Lamar community, what is there to do within the community of Lamar, so on campus, and then within the community of the Beaumont area, so outside of campus? And y'all can just say one or two things, you don't have to go into full detail of every single thing to do.
Yeah, so outside of Lamar University's campus, I could go over a few. We have several museums around the Southeast Texas area, like Spindletop, Texas Energy Museum, the Art Museum, and along with that, on Saturdays, I know we have farmers markets all around. We recently opened up a new 5 Under Golf Center, which is kind of like a Top Golf type of business. And then you could also taste the local flavor of our little community at various restaurants and cafes. So.
Yeah, we have really good restaurants in the Beaumont area. So like if you're gonna come for a visit, come for a tour, be sure to like plan out your food in advance because that's like a really important part of it. Jay Wilson's, you gotta try if you come up here. And then have Martha's. It sounds super odd. It's on Washington. We gotta go Martha's. It says like seafood, deli, Chinese. Literally what the sign says, but it's delicious and it's like a hop, skip, jump from campus. So come for the tour, stay for the food.
So some of the hot spots on campus for eating wise is our tiny house barbecue. It's kind of like a hidden gem at Lamar University. It's kind of hard to find, but once you know where it is, you know where it is. They have wonderful barbecue. It's so good. We also do have a food truck as well. So if you're like rushing to class or anything, that's perfect. We also have marketplaces within our Suther Center as well as our new Science and Technology building that's self-serve. And within our Suther Center, we have a Jason's Deli, we have a Panda Express, and the infamous Chick-fil-A. So there's definitely a lot of dining options besides the dining hall. So it's really cool.
Of course, everybody went, even Kelsey, went food route, and y'all are making me hungry. I'm like, okay, well, that tiny house barbecue sounds so good right now. But really, a lot of the places that people go is to eat food because, I mean, you eat 3 meals a day, so you might as well make them good and make them count. And a lot of times, too, like and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but you'll get, you'll come to the campus, you'll find your group, you'll get connected, you'll start networking and connecting with students, if you join organizations, that kind of thing, and y'all will go to a game, a basketball game, a baseball game, football game, and then everybody goes out to eat afterwards. And a lot of times you just start seeing like, okay, I didn't know this was here in Beaumont. I didn't know this was here in Beaumont. And now we all have like these different things that we can say, yeah, you should go here, you should go here. But at one point, we didn't know those existed either. So don't be like, oh gosh, I have to like figure out everything to do in Beaumont. You're definitely going to get connected to people that are going to get you out of your comfort zone. And especially on the weekends, there are lull weekends where there's not a big game going on or not a big event on campus. You for some reason you don't have any tests or any homework or anything that's pressing on your mind. So you could actually take the time to go out of campus and see those options. But then when it is busy weeks, you have a variety on campus as well. So next question is, what does a day in, starting to speak too fast. What does a day in the life of a cardinal look like? So if I was, and you can just, y'all can do whatever you want. If you want to say, okay, a day in my life looks like this, or if y'all want to take it like as a freshman, this is what you can expect, whichever route y'all would like to go.
Okay, so a day kind of like in my life, I'm going to kind of go now and then back to like freshman year. So like now, you know, throughout my 4 years, everywhere I go, I always see a friendly face. So I'm always saying hi to somebody, stopping and talking to somebody. And another thing I love, every single day, I'll go through the Setzer Center, and there's all organizations throughout the Setzer Center, different ones each day. So that's a great way to know like what's going on campus. What are the Cardinal Activity Board? What do they have planned for this week? Sometimes they'll have hammocks by the library. We can go chill out, or they'll have like nothing but cakes. I believe they did crawfish on the dining hall lawn this past semester. So there's always definitely something to do every single day, and something to get involved in. And kind of back freshman year, the day in my life was like, I got lost everywhere I went because I went to a school and it was literally just a square. So going from like a tiny square to different buildings was definitely challenging for me. Me and Abigail directionally challenged over here, but we're tour guides, it's fine. And so I just got lost all the time, but everybody was so helpful. Like, and that made me learn as well. And being part of the LU crew, it made me learn campus and to appreciate it and know what was going on as well. So I definitely learned. I got closer to my professors, which, you know, gave me confidence within my school, as well as being able to graduate, because graduating is a little bit scary because, you know, you feel like you have to get everything figured out, but they really help assist you in that and give you the confidence you need. And even after you graduate, they will still help you. You know, if you want to get a job or you're looking into something, they'll definitely support you. So those are just like, you know, the few days I've had here at Lamar.
So I don't quite remember like the whole question, but for me, so like I don't live on campus. I'm a commuter student, and so like I don't live in the dorms, but I have a lot of friends who live in the dorms. I'm also shockingly like a huge hermit. It's like it's hard for me to just like go somewhere like somebody I don't know, and so it's funny because it's like my days like I can't study in the morning to save my life. Like it just studying doesn't happen before 11. So like I like to go in, like do my work in the morning and early afternoon, and then like my brain's woken up and then I can study for stuff like in the later portion of the day. And so like kind of right now in life, like go to campus and like go to campus, go to work, and then it's so simple and so easy. Coworkers will be like, hey, I'm going to do this and that. Like, you want to go with me? Like we all, you know, we get off work at 2. And so like I had a coworker who he'd be like, hey, let's go to the football game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll tag along to the football game. And then his friends who knew about Martha's, like we'd tag along to Martha's. And so it's so easy to, even for somebody who's like hermit, to, you just kind of, you meet friends, you can just kind of, I don't want to like go with the flow because that's just stupid cliche, but like you just kind of, it's easy to get involved. It's easy, you know, even if I'm not like planning out my day, like I'm going to go to a football game today, and then I'm going to go discover a new restaurant, and then I'm going to, you know, we're all going to go back to a dorm and study together for a little while before we go our separate ways. And so, yeah, I think freshman year, I was a little more nervous to like, well, I don't know, like I won't go there, but now I'm like, you know, this is like a fun opportunity. Like, who knows, like I could discover a new restaurant or new friends, or figure out we have some activity on campus that I didn't know about ahead of time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, guys. So we are been in for about 30 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and transition. I'm gonna have 2 more questions though. So my first question is, what has been your favorite classroom experience and why? That was a hard one.
Go ahead, Kelsey.
I got y'all.
So my favorite classroom experience, or most memorable, I guess, is back in my sophomore year, I took microbiology. A lot of it's a nursing prerequisite, and then also if you're like a biology major like me, you have to take it. It's part of our major. That one was a really memorable course, but not just because of the lecture, but mostly because of the lab. The lab was very hands-on. You had to go outside of lab to go check up on your little plates, your little bacteria plates, and it basically, looking back now, especially through this time of like, you know, self-quarantine and the coronavirus pandemic, looking back now, I learned a lot because we learned so much about viruses and how you can contract them, how it's spread, things like that. So it was just really cool as like a biology major to get that hands-on experience and kind of conduct these experiments ourselves, because now you see people doing these experiments at home where they make the agar plates and then cough on them with or without a mask. And I don't know, it was just pretty cool whenever I was a sophomore. So.
Okay, so I'm a business major. So one of my favorite classes, it was my last semester, so it was this past semester before the coronavirus, and it was an entrepreneurship class. And I decided to take that class, kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And one of the really cool things we did, so we've been creating a business plan, kind of like Shark Tank a little bit, creating our own business plan, and then we're going to have to present it. So we actually went to a business that's called Americom Marketing here in Beaumont. And we got to look at their business plan, how they built from the ground up. And then a cool thing they did with us was they gave us a box of jewelry, and they were like, you have 5 minutes and you have to present this to us, like why we would want to buy it. Like we were on Shark Tank, and I love that show. So that was just really cool. I got to, do a little taste of that and just get outside the classroom and just kind of get real hands-on experience.
One of my favorite classroom experiences, well, I wouldn't really count as a classroom considering I'm not technically in the program yet, but whenever I have to give a tour, and because I'm the nursing student at LU Crew, I'm always pretty much delegated to go give the tour of the nursing department. So I really enjoy getting to go talk to the professors over there and going to see all like their simulation labs. They have all different kinds of different labs. They have one that actually simulates a birth, and they have like the baby and everything. They have actual breathing sounds, like their eyes open, they talk to you. It's a little creepy, but it's fun because it's something I'm interested in. So it sparks my interest. But another memorable classroom memory I have is whenever I was in anatomy, and actually it was an anatomy lab, and we were like messing with all the bones and having to name the different parts of the bone and which bone it was and where it was in the body, along with the muscles and the tendons all combined together. It really interests me, and I just really enjoyed being able to try to memorize everything of the body just because that's just my thing. But also I met my best friend in freshman year anatomy lab. So that's a big thing for me too, because I actually met my best friend here at Lamar. So
theirs were better than mine, but one of my favorite great like classroom memories is I was taking, I don't know, it was like a 9 or like 9:30 in the morning chemistry class, which no one wants to do, but it was, looking back, it's in the past. But my buddy at the time, he would never want to show up to our chemistry class, and so Starbucks was like a hop, skip, jump from where our class was. And so I'd always go get my coffee and I'd get his coffee because I know what he wanted. And I'd go sit down because I knew he was leaving class across campus, like at the same time, and he had to pass the building, but he'd be like, I'm not coming to class. And I'd send him a picture of his coffee, like sitting at the desk, and be like, your coffee's here. Are you going to come claim it? Or I'm going to make friends with like a random stranger in this class today. And so he'd always come in, I'd hand him his pencil, hand him like his notepad. Like I mothered the poor kid. But it was just funny looking back on like my chemistry class. I have good memories from that chemistry class, and that's just what popped in my head. But yeah.
Can I ask you, did he pass this class?
He did, actually, and he was my lab partner, which I'm awful at chemistry. We actually got an A in lab, so it worked. It was fine. It was good. He passed it barely. He had him a pencil and a Scantron every time he came in.
We all know the only reason he passes is because of Abigail. But I mean, hey, it's friends like these, Yep. Anyway, that's funny. That's really funny. I never heard that story, I don't think. So last question before we end this session, sadly. So this is kind of like kind of already answered it, kind of not, but going with the theme, red, white, and LU. 4th of July is this weekend. And one thing to know before I get into the question, or let me ask the question, y'all can think about it, and then I'll say my little thing that I want to say. So the question I'm going to say is, what has been the thing that has sparked you the most about Lamar? Like, has just shown you like, oh my gosh, like this has been the most amazing thing. So think about that for a second. It can be a memory, it can be a building, it can be I don't know, anything, literally anything. So think about that for just a second. But speaking of 4th of July, something that's really cool about the Beaumont community. Now, I'm not sure about like organizations on campus because the 4th of July is in the summer, but the Beaumont community, they a lot of times will do big events we have our downtown area of the event center, and they do larger events there. And so they're not doing it this year, but last year I know that they did it, where they have a big fireworks show. Also, there's a lot of local parks in the Beaumont area that do fireworks shows. So there's always somewhere where you can go and kind of get involved. And just if you are, on campus in the summer, missing family, friends, whoever, and you just want to kind of have that time to celebrate, there's definitely places you can go to do that in the Beaumont area. So I just kind of wanted to add that little tidbit in there since we are getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July. Okay, so I gave y'all a solid 30 seconds to think about it. So y'all ready? Okay.
Yeah, ready.
All right, Elise, you seem the most confident.
Yeah, I'm ready, Bailey. So the thing that's really lit me up about campus is the people. Like, Lamar is so diverse, and like we have such a good like range of like different cultures, different people, different backgrounds. And I went to a small high school, so I didn't really get that. So coming to Lamar like really opened my eyes on a lot of different things. And there's just so many intricate people here, so talented, so smart, so bright, and just being around that like makes me want to push more, like push myself more and to be better. Working with my LU crew members, like they really like ignite a spark in me, like to be better and to keep pushing. Because we all go through really hard times during college. You're trying to find yourself, you're trying to figure out between family life and college life. It's just all very confusing, but having those people around you and just knowing them and having their support, like that just really makes a huge difference and just keeps me going every single day.
I kind of want to piggyback off kind of like the people aspect. I don't know if this is like the correct answer to this question, like in the way that you're asking it, but for me, I feel like, so like I've changed my major a couple times. I was like, I'm never going to be one of those people. I've changed my major, and like I'm super pumped with what I'm doing now and like where I'm going. But I feel like meeting with advisors every step of the way and meeting with faculty, like my old major, my advisor, she was also my teacher for like 6-7 classes that I took. She was also like the head of the department. And then prior to that, like my advisor, she was just so pumped up and fired up. Like I actually had her, this was 2 majors ago, I actually had her email me a couple weeks ago, and she's like, hey, she knows I'm getting close to graduation, and she's like, hey, like I know like you're not in my like department anymore, but she's like, whenever you get close to graduation, like send me a text, like send me an email, let me know like when you're graduating. It's like I help out with a lot of it. Like I want to know like you're at the finish line, you're ready. I feel like there's just kind of this cohesive like, what do you want to do and how can we help you get there? Like I feel like that's just kind of a theme, like no matter what department you're in, what major you're in, whether you're a freshman, like I came in halfway through my freshman year, now I'm a senior, and it's like, it's just like, what do we need to do to get you to where you want to be? And I just think that's just been, it's just kind of lit me up. And sorry, I'm going to tease about that. But it's just kind of been a cool thing all throughout that's just kept me going. And I'm like, now I'm like close to the end. I'm close to the December 11th, I think. We're getting close and the fire has not died out yet.
What sparked me most about Lamar was kind of seeing the growth throughout the couple of years I've been on campus. So I've been here since 2016. Around my 2nd through 3rd year, our major part, the center of campus basically was undergoing renovations. And so that's like the Setzer Student Center. We added so many things and so many new resources within that building that has been a nice addition to our campus. But in addition to that, we've gotten plenty more buildings. We've had the Rio building, the Science and Technology building, which is my favorite, and then that CICE building I mentioned earlier. But with all these buildings comes with new kind of opportunities and ways for you to grow as a student as well. So another building that we do have coming up, it is our Welcome Center. That's where we're going to be working, and it's basically like a front door to our university. So be on the lookout for that. It'll open up next year. But just all these new buildings have been very exciting for me to see, because with the growth of our campus, we get a growth of the people and the population on campus as well. So I'm excited to see how we grow even further, because I feel like Lamar helped me grow personally and academically.
If I'm being honest, I don't know how to answer this question, so I'm just going to tie in what everyone else said, because I do agree with what everyone said. I've only been on the campus for 2 years, so I haven't really branched out enough as much as I want to. But one thing that really did spark my interest of being at Lamar and staying at Lamar is how beautiful the campus is. Like Kelsey said, there's always some kind of construction going on, or some gardeners fixing up the place to make it look pretty, and everyone is just out there taking pictures and just enjoying the area and how just relaxing it is out there. What Elisa and Abigail said with the people, I've had 3 different advisors, but each one of them has been so helpful. And they always email me and they're like, hey, how are you doing? Is there anything that I can help you with? Whenever I was taking my entrance test, which is the HESI for the nursing school, I was very nervous about it and not doing so well. So I emailed my advisor and was like, hey, do you have any advice for me? You know, what can you help me with? And she was like, I believe fully in you that you can do it. I know that you can do it. So quit doubting yourself. And she would send me like little gifts of like people high-fiving, and it would just make me happy. So the people on campus definitely is what wants me like to continue enjoying this campus. And working with the LU crew has really opened me up. I was a shy person when I first worked here and before I even came to campus. So now I'm almost as talkative as Abigail. So, I mean, the LU crew is a big part of why I love Lamar and why I want to stay on campus. And it's just, I wish I would have started at Lamar, like LU crew, back when I first started as a freshman. So, but, you know.
Well, all great answers. Y'all definitely took it into a different direction than ever I was even planning on it, but I love it. And I loved everything that y'all had to say. I know that was like a funny kind of question. So, I didn't even know where we were going to go with it. But, thank y'all for taking the time out today of your busy schedules. I know all of you have different things going on. Some of you are on, some of you are off the clock. So thank y'all so much for taking the time out of your day to join us and kind of share with the students, you know, what has sparked your interest at Lamar. And we hope that we have sparked some kind of light in you to learn more about the campus, to ask the questions that you have to ask, and just, you know, get a feel for what Lamar is like. We do want to let you guys know that we have a virtual campus tour opportunities. These are every week, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. This is a live virtual campus tour where some of the OU crew take you around campus to the different hotspots on campus, show you around the buildings, and then we have a live Q&A and an admissions portion that is attached with that live campus tour. So it's a really awesome virtual event. So if you would like to join that, you can register at lamar.edu/visit for any Tuesday or Thursday. We also have other virtual events. We have financial aid sessions, other student panels where you get to hear from and ask your questions to other current students. You may even get to see Elise, Jordan, Kelsey, or Abigail on one of those if you join in. If you do have any questions, please email us at visit@lamar.edu. If Jordan, Elise, Abigail, or Kelsey, something they said sparked your interest, or one of their majors is something that you're looking at doing, and you want to hear back from them, you can put their name in the subject line of the email to visit@lamar.edu, and they will respond back and forth with you. They love to talk to students. They will tell you that in a heartbeat, and that is one of their main jobs, is just letting you guys know the information. So ask them your questions. They'll be ready and willing to answer. And with that, we hope that you all have a great day and a blessed weekend, and be safe this 4th of July, and have a great Cardinal Day. Bye, everybody.